Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Flesh and Blood stream. Today we're gonna be playing more Katsu. I'm looking forward to diving into the hero more. Thursday was definitely more of like we're playing Katsu, we're having fun. We did a couple of things for the memes and the laughs, but I think I'm gonna be trying today to actually see like how broken we can make Katsu today. I'd like to have a quads bonds turn today, but I don't know how likely that is. So I know triple bonds has gotten to a point with Master where you can do it pretty reasonably, but we're gonna be hoping to do quad bonds today. That's the goal for today's stream. Hey Josh, what's up, dude? Dude, you're gonna crush it in the tournament, man. You're gonna crush it in the tournament. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Talistar tournament coming up. Lord, I thought my hair was caught in my headband. Good Lord. I'm excited for the Talistar tournament coming up. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and honestly think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and a lot of people are gonna enjoy it. To be honest, I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a good time. I was like, the first one was a lot of fun, and everybody had a really good time. So I don't see any reason why this one would be any different. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. I'm curious to see how many people are actually playing today, with Battle Hardened Philadelphia being on, and in today being this is the last weekend of RTNs this week, so I'm curious to see how many people are actually playing Talistar today. And also, guys, I appreciate you being here and hanging out with me on Saturday, but if you'd rather be watching the Battle Hardened, I'm not offended in any way. I get it. I'm not offended. I'm not bothered. All right. So Drew said Mask of Momentum in this matchup. Man, my glasses are fogging up. I'm going to take them off. I can't see anything. We don't want Arcane Lantern. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we want Arcane Lantern. We probably want to run the 3 poppers, and I think we still want the bonds in case we need to, I don't know, like, maybe we just want the 3 Commanding Conquerors in our list with the poppers, and we're just going to play Mask. Let's try it and see what we can make happen. I don't know that we need Arcane Barrier against Dromai. Like, you can lose the game pretty quickly because of it, but, like, also at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, I think it, like, hampers us from being able to do, like, stupid, like, double or triple bonds turns, like, if we need to, so I would much rather have the breaking scales and the boots here. Somebody disagrees, let me know. I'd be curious. I'd also think that Tunic would be really good for this matchup, but Drew doesn't have it set up in his list here, so oh well. As I start to cool down, I'm going to be able to put my glasses back on. I'm curious to know that my opponent wanted to enable the chat already. I appreciate my opponent letting me know that they're like testing their sideboard here, and they're like trying to like think about what they do and don't want to play. Like, I appreciate them letting me know that. It's very nice of them, but not necessary. Like, I get it. Like, if normally like there's a long period of time, I'll always ask if you're there before I actually leave the game. All right, let's try glasses here. Yeah, man, I told you, everybody who's a subscriber on Twitch and everybody who's a member on YouTube gets to vote on what I play. And now normally one of those weeks is me, one of the days throughout the week is me playing whatever I want, but wow. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah. Well, that's pretty lame. I would definitely say that's not a good way for us to start the game. That's not good at all. Huh. All right then. All right then. Well, we're now on the back foot. We have lost our best piece of the puzzle here. So throw a Kadachi at them. We're going to throw the Surging Strike at the dragon because Katsu says every time, the first time an attack action you control hits. So we can trigger Katsu off the dragon, which is kind of nice. I mean, we actually have kind of a cool turn here, it looks like. So what do they say, Carly? I have a vote when we make you play Kano. I can you would definitely rack up points if it was me playing Kano, fam. Kano is not what I'm known to be playing. Oh. So we hit Tumultai. We do get Katsu. We're going to activate Katsu. Yes. We're going to discard Dishonor. We're going to go get the Descendant Gust Wave. We're going to find a red one somewhere here. Go get a red Descendant Gust Wave. We're going to throw this at our opponent for 5. We have the bonds to go get the Dishonor, and then we can throw Dishonor and potentially hit our opponent there with the Dishonor. So that's kind of cool, at least. Like, we get to have a pretty good turn here to start the game. Yeah, let's go Dishonor. Go get the Dishonor. But this is something that our opponent has to block, or they're no longer able to generate Ash for the rest of the game. And if they do just block 4, I will use the breaking skills here because it's worth it. They block 5 very strategically. Good block by my opponent there. Insert bad flesh and blood joke here. Oh, it's funny. Carly out here with the memes. Hey, what's up, Ben? How are you, brother? Happy Saturday, man. What are you guys up to today? We're just going to block this one, right? Like, yeah, I think we're just going to block this one here. I'm doing well, man. I appreciate it. Just laying around, hanging out today. Is there any NASCAR on today? Is the truck race today? You and Kyle destroyed some furniture yesterday. I feel like there's got to be a better story there. I feel like I need to hear this story. Let's kill a couple of Ashwings here, and then we'll throw the Command and Conquer at our opponent. I think that's pretty good for us. It'd be even better if we had potential mask hit here, but I think this is fine. I think pitching the red Flusterfist for a combo hit later in the game is good. Good way to end the chain, especially considering we have a Flusterfist in our graveyard already. We're keeping another one in the deck, which I like. So, yeah, I have to hear about... I have to hear about this destroying furniture. That truck race I watched. Oh, Billy's killing it on stream at the Battle Harden? How's Billy doing at the Battle Harden, dude? I would love to hear about that. Drew, I made a stinky command just for you, brother. Just for you. Trent beat you to it, though, it looks like. Oh, you're playing Katsu now, Trent? What made you decide to jump on the Katsu train? Okay. Yeah, we'll take one here. Go to 37. That's fine. Yeah, and they pitch that, and then it'll just pass. So... I kind of want to throw the Descendant Gust Wave at our opponent and then play the Empowerment, but it's not like it's not going to force a breakpoint. So if they block for 3, we're in a bad spot. And then, I mean, from there, we're just going to go get a... At that point, we're just going to go get a Flusterfist and throw it at them. So we can go Kodachi into this and then Arsenal the Empowerment. I could also Arsenal the Bonds and try to set up for like a crazy broken Bonds turn if we wanted to. Let's go ahead and Kodachi their last Ashwing here, so we're not having to deal with it anymore. And then we'll go ahead and throw the Gust Wave at them. I agree with that, Drew. I think he has an extremely high ceiling. Oh, you tried it and it was cool? I was saying more. I've arrived. Oh, you're at the Katsu stream. I see. I'm following now. I mean, if they're just going to take this, I say we just Arsenal the Empowerment. It'll help us with a breakpoint if we ever need one. I mean, could we Katsu for something dumb here? I don't really think so, right? Like, we're just not going to Katsu. I'd rather keep this, I think. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to Katsu here. Like, my lack of knowledge with Katsu, like, I'm not sure. But I think it's okay to just pass on this one. We are going to target the Flusterfist and go get a red Flusterfist so that we can throw that after this. We're going to put some pressure on our opponent. We've managed to clear the board up, and we're putting some pressure on them. The only problem is that our opponent started with a Tumultai and like really put us on the back foot pretty early by killing our Mask of Momentum on turn 0 before I had ever taken a game action. You hate to see it. Huh. I mean, so we're probably just going to take some damage here if I had to guess, and then we're just going to lead on the Art of War. Probably the play here. Not sure. I mean, we have a pretty good graveyard over here. Like, we have a lot of really good targets over here in the graveyard, for sure. I like saving the Ancestral. Dude, Drew, man, Drew's a good player. Drew won the last Talishar tourney, man. If he wins this one, I wouldn't be surprised. Don't sleep on Drew now. Okay. Our opponents had a pretty good start here. Rip it all. That's right. Just pressure them and don't let them do anything, right? That's the idea. Unique ways to build it right. You want to test build immediately. Had to draw my cube into me. Dude, Quinn, that's tough, man. I know that's a tough feeling. I think that's a pretty tough matchup for you, right? Like, you kind of struggle with that matchup as a whole, playing into if you're playing Arachne. I mean, we don't have any poppers here. I intentionally did not bring in Arcane Barrier. Let's just take 3. If they throw something we want to block, we'll just go ahead and give up some of our equipment over here. Well, the good news is that both of these dragons are moderately easy to kill. We're just going to have to take 9 to do it. God, it's a lot of damage to take, but I think it's okay. You're gambling on RLCS? Are you talking about with channel points bin? Is that what you mean? Yeah, having Gust Waves and Bonds will allow us to pop off pretty much anytime we want to, I think, which is nice. But it's still awful. Yeah, I think I've heard, like, one of my locals he's an Arachne player. He plays a lot of Arachne, and he talks about how awful the matchup is quite regularly. All right, so I think we can just lead on the Art of War here. I mean, we kept our hand. We're just going to go buff and banish, and we're going to banish the Flusterfist here. So we could throw the Surging Strike at them for 5, and maybe we get lucky and they block Greedy. I could actually go Kadachi on the Dromai and then use Cross Trap to throw the Surging Strike. The next attack action card costs 2 less to play. So we're going to break this because it's an action. I do think we want to kill the Dromai, though. I think that's a necessary kill here. Betting my channel points. Yeah, I do that all the time on RLCS games, man. I do that all the time whenever they're playing. Whenever G2 plays, I pretty much bet all of my channel points that they're going to win. Now, to be fair, over the last few weeks, month, I've I've won a lot of channel points because of it. So, because they've been winning so often lately. I mean, I could kill the Vincerikai here with the Surging Strike, but I don't think that's correct. I mean, I guess I could just play it, right? Like, I mean, maybe I should have thrown the Dromai thrown the Surging Strike at the Dromai. I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to save this to help us push over breakpoints here, but I don't know. So when this hits, they're going to let us Katsu, which is kind of surprising. So we are going to Katsu. Let me tell my opponent that we're thinking here about what we want to do. So we are going to Katsu here. I have the Bonds and I have a Dishonor in hand, which means I have the full combo line with Dishonor set up. So if I discard Winds of Eternity, I can go get the... if I discard Winds of Eternity, I can go get the Descendant Gustwave here to turn on the Dishonor. I don't know if that's better than getting the Whelming Gustwave. Like, dishonoring them seems pretty good. Like, they can't... Like, I feel like being able to dishonor them is where we want to be at. So we're going to discard the Winds of Eternity. And we're going to go get a Descendant Gustwave. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Descendant Gustwave here. We're going to attack them for 6. I'm going to throw the Bonds at them for 4. I think this is the correct play here. And then we can go get 100 wins because it just plays into what we're doing. With the Dishonor in our hand. I mean, I think I like getting the 100 wins here, honestly. Like, we don't have to worry about breaking the boots, and I can save the boots for something else, which I think is a good play. It's also worth noting that, like, God, I really wish I had Mask here. I think we just want to push damage on our Art of War turn. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm supposed to kill the Vince Erikai there with the 100 wins. And then Dishonor at our opponent. Wait. Hits a hero. Oh. Actually, let's just kill the Vince Erikai if that's what we're going to do. I completely realized that I needed to... I definitely needed to play that differently. I was not considering the ramifications of this. One, not having the +2, and also not having the text on it. It has to be played in succession. So I definitely played that incorrectly. That was 100% like just an incorrect choice there to wait that long. Definitely should have played that better. My bad, guys. My bad. Are you saying if you connect with the Dishonor, you win the game, Drew? Is that what you're saying? Yes, sir. I will be at the House of Cards tomorrow. We are leaving bright and early to be at the House of Cards tomorrow. You still playing tomorrow, man? I don't think we could have actually, like, if we went and, like, tried to get, like, go and get, like, I don't think we could, like, I think we were one short of being able to double bonds there. Am I right? You guys, like, might know better, like, but it feels like we were probably one short of being able to double bonds there, so... I'm just going to go ahead and block here just in case. So, Kadachi them... No, Surging Strike... Actually, we can't even Katsu here for, like, a combo line. So is it better just to throw the Spinning Will Kick at the Mirror Guy? If we throw Spinning Will Kick at the Mirror Guy... Maybe we're not even supposed to kill the Mirror Guy here. So I should have thrown the Dishonor at them. It didn't get the +2, but I did have the text line on it. So it was correct to actually throw it at them. So, okay. Yeah, that was another mistake. Good catch. Good catch. I appreciate that. Yep. Hakodo? I hope I'm saying that right. I appreciate you pointing that out. So if we throw the Spinning Will Kick at them, and then throw the Command and Conquer at them, I can just arsenal the Surging Strike and set up for next turn. And have a Surging Strike for next turn. I don't know if it's correct to kill the Mirror Guy or not. I mean, I like being able to use my last Command and Conquer, but, like, I don't really think it's worth it here. I've been playing Ninjas. You've been playing Ninja since you started? Dude, that's awesome, man. How long you been playing Flesh and Blood, brother? I think we're just supposed to ignore the Mirror Guy here. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like, they're at 10 and we want to push damage. Okay. Oh, wow. You've been playing Ninja forever, bro. Dude, let's go. That's exciting, man. And then, I mean, I guess this is just for 6 at this point. I could go Kadachi into Command and Conquer if I wanted to. I could just throw the Surging Strike at them and then, like, keep this in my hand, but I think it is... I think it's more correct to throw 6 at them and force their hand here. And then try to have a 5-card hand with Boots and Breaking Scales next turn. I think that is a more correct setup here for us. Another Burn Them All. Okay. We want to keep our hand here, right? Like, this is a keep your hand, like, take some damage kind of thing, I think. Yeah, I do feel like seeing Surging and CNC in the same hand are not great by any means. I think them attacking with the mirror guy is kind of a gut call for them at a certain point against us. Like, they're probably going, you know what, I've already seen 2 CNCs. Like, I do think it is a gut call. We could throw the Surging Strike at the mirror guy here, the yellow one, and then discard the Ancestral Empowerment to find a combo line there. We could go get a Whelming Gust Wave. And then we could also just throw the Spinning Will Kick at them from there. I don't hate that because we're clearing off pieces of the board. And we're also like kind of fueling our like combo lines a little bit here. Keeping the board clear and applying pressure to them feels like a lot harder of a task as Katsu than it is when you're playing Fi. Yeah, I mean, we should just always get the red Whelming Gust Wave here. I mean, am I supposed to kill the Dromai with this? The mirror guy, and then take the Katsu trigger. So I could have led on Will Kick, is what you're saying? I mean, I could have, but... like, I feel like having this is good, right? Oh, I see what you're saying. I could have went Will Kick, hitting that, went and got this, thrown the Surging Strike, and then thrown this at them. That would have been so much better, I think. I mean, I could just throw this at them to just draw a card, right? Like, I think killing the Dromai here, like, we're just guaranteed that we're going to see another card here, which I think is pretty good. And I don't have to use anything to, like, stop what they're doing because we just draw a card regardless. Wow. What an insane rip off the top. What an insane rip off the top. You love to see that. We don't have any Dishonors left in the deck. There's 2 in our graveyard and 1 over here in our Banish Zone. So this is just Flusterfist all the way. And I think there's 1 red Flusterfist. Yep. Last red Flusterfist here, so we're looking at blues after this. You love to see the lucky top deck draws. I mean, Drew, you did tell me in your message the other day, like when you were sending me your list and telling me about playing this, you did verbatim say you have to play like you're just going to high roll the shit out of your opponent. That is quite literally what you said to me the other day. And man, let me tell you, it's working. It's working. I went 5-5 with your Katsu list the other night, dude, and like I feel like I had no semblance of idea what was going on most of the time. Like, we actively made the wrong decisions and like took the wrong lines a couple of times on Thursday night, and like we're just living for the memes and the content on Thursday, but like it was still so much fun. So I can't block any of the arcane, so I'm going to automatically go to 12, which is fine. Now, blocking the 2... I mean, we can go Surging Strike here, and like really force a lot of the cards out of their hand. I mean, we could kill the Asvalai if we wanted to, but... So what we could do... Can we do that? I don't think so. Gonna run Tenacity at 2 after my testing yesterday. Yeah, Tenacity's really good, dude. I agree, I really like that card. So there's just no way to like there's no way to throw the Surging Strike here. Discard to go get another Whelming Gust Wave. And then go 100 Winds of Eternity because the resources just don't add up. If we pitch this and throw that, we have to keep one of our 2 zeros. So I think what we're looking to do is to just like throw both the Surging Strikes at them because I think it takes a lot of damage out of their hand here. You just kill Asvalai with 100 Winds? 100 Winds is for 2, and that has 3. Are you saying to go Kodachi into this and then throw 100 Winds at it? And then trigger, we can discard the Tenacity, go get the Whelming Gust Wave, throw the Surging Strike at them, and then throw the Whelming Gust Wave. That is definitely a better line. You guys are much better at Katsu than I am. You guys are much better at Katsu than I am. Of course, to be fair, of all the, like, aggro decks in the format, like, I feel like Katsu is, like, a very big brain, like, aggro deck. So we get the Katsu trigger. We're going to discard the Tenacity. I mean, we could go get a... Like, if we get the Descendant Gust Wave, like, what are we doing with it? Like, Whelming Gust Wave is just best here because, like, it's for 4 on-hit draw card. And I really like forcing their hand here. So we'll throw the Surging Strike at them from Arsenal. Appreciate you guys hanging around and helping out today. Appreciate everybody being here. I know there's some events going on in RTNs this weekend for everybody, but appreciate y'all hanging out with me on a Saturday afternoon. I mean, if they don't block correctly, we could, like, really punish them here. Yep. I mean, that's fine. Like, we're just going to Arsenal the Surging Strike and pass. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I have to take damage, but I'm pretty sure we have a crazy hand here. I live in the middle of nowhere and I have a cold. Well, buddy, I'm sorry to hear that you're sick, but I appreciate you being here. Dude, I'm happy to stream, man. I love streaming, dude. It's like playing games and hanging out with everybody is like one of my favorite things in the whole world. This feels like a hand, so like kind of what we did last turn, where we're going to, if I say no blocks, I can actually pitch the Ancestral Harmony, or I'm sorry, I can throw the 100 Winds at them. I can go Kodachi into them, 100 Winds at the Dromai, trigger discard Winds of Eternity, throw the Surging Strike at them, go get the... I can go get the Whelming Gust Wave, the last one, Bonds of Ancestry, and to go getting, like, I don't know, anything, and we can throw that at them. That seems pretty good. Like, I think that's a pretty good line of play. It does require us to go down to 5, which is scary with 2 Burn Them Alls in play, but I think this is a correct line of play for us here. I guess I should Kodachi at the end, actually. There's no reason to Kodachi up front, because it, like... I could go get, like, the last Spinning Wheel Kick to throw at them. I think that's the best play. Yes, sir, Kyle. I will be going to US Nats, man. I'm very excited, actually, to be going to Nats. You like Descendant because it's more damage? Okay, I mean, that's fair. I can see that. Yeah, let's use Katsu's ability, discard the Winds of Eternity. We'll get our last red Descendant Gust Wave. Yeah, I qualified for Nats, like, the very first, like, RTN I played at. So, yeah, I'm going to be at Nats. Are you going to Nats, Kyo? Also, I know you said you live in the middle of nowhere. Are you, like, what state do you live in? I won't ask you to, like, divulge where you live, but I just asked because I grew up in a pretty small town myself, so... We're pushing all the damage. Give me your furnace. I'll be playing in the Calling because I can't play in US Nats. Oh, okay, so you live in Canada, but you're only 5 hours away from Minneapolis. Oh, dude, that's cool. That's awesome, man. Well, dude, please come say hi to me, man. That'd be awesome. I was like, I'd love to meet you, man. Wait, did I just miss lethal? I just missed lethal with a breaking scale. Oh, man. Sometimes, man, I swear. I can just tell I'm new to... There's one more Spinning Wheel Kick in the deck. I just saw it a minute ago. So we're going to go get the Spinning Wheel Kick here. I should have used this on the last attack. Okay. So they do Sigil here. Go to 3. And then come in for 4. And even if they have to have a sink below here. 3 block and they're dead, right? Or no, I'm sorry. Math be mathing. They go to 2. Okay. But now we're at a point where, like, they can only take 1 Kodachi, and, like, after that, like, everything strips damage. So we have to go to 3 here. I'm really kind of scared to go to 2 here, I think. Because going to 2 means that, like any dragon kills us here. I don't feel like popping this is correct, though. I mean, we can just go Kodachi into throw the Command and Conquer and use this as a buff, right? Like, yeah, I think that's fine. I think we still win the game right here. They actually lose one of their Burn Them Alls, so I'm actually not dead here yet. So I guess I could go Kodachi at this, Kodachi at them, and to throw the Command and Conquer here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I do think it's correct to kill this. I don't know. Like, we're stripping a card out of their hand and then 2 cards out. Let's go with them. Let's just throw at them here. I think we'll just go with them. They get to decide if they want to go to 1 or not. Playing Art of War when we have Command and Conquer on the stack does prevent them from, like, having any defense reactions to bail them out. So I think that's kind of cool. The only thing it doesn't save us from is their last Sigil of Solace. And I know that there's one more. At least I'm pretty sure there's one more. I think they pitched one earlier. Yeah, there's 2 Sigils there. It's like, and what would you like to give us here? Command and Conquer for 6. And we're gonna go buff, and your next attack action gains go again. Hey, let's go. Good game, opponent. Man, I won't lie. I definitely like that matchup better from the Fly point of view. It's a lot easier to just throw head jabs at all their dragons and kill what you have to. Oh man. Well, we'll take the win though. Good win to start the day. He said it's just that easy. That was epic. I love it, dude. Thank you guys. You guys are like real like moral support here. I appreciate it. Plus you guys are way more than moral support, honestly. We would have lost that game without you guys. I mean, that's true. We did win the game without Mask all game. I just kind of realized that. We want to go second against this, right? I'm pretty sure we want to go second against this. Rhar? Oh, hey, it's Nick. Let's go. Nick's out here sniping games. I love it. Hey, Lee, what's up, dude? How are you, buddy? I mean, that's true. The fact that you get like a free tutor off the dragons is actually kind of broken. I think we would have like won that game by a snowball, like a landslide, had we had the mask that game, honestly. Had they not tumble tied us on turn 0. Against Rhar, I don't really want reinforces or reacts here, I don't think. I think we're just looking at the 2 Command and Conquers and Bonds here. Right, Drew? Real quick, is that what we're looking at here? We're just looking at the Bonds and the 2 Command and Conquers. Is that what we want here? We don't want the Flick Flax here, do we? Good, I'm glad, Manly. I'm glad to hear you're having a good day, brother. Every time I ask a question and then I'm like sitting here waiting on sideboarding advice, I always imagine people are like furiously typing, like that little cat that's just smacking the keyboard. That's always what I'm thinking of. Drew, I need your help. Flick Flack isn't bad. All right, let's run Flick Flax then. What the heck? Let's do it. All gas for this one. Rhar can't do much to you. So Flick Flax aren't bad. I mean, it is a good arsenal target, and all gas for this one. I worry about this getting All right, let's leave it now. I do worry about it and getting intimidated, but I think this is okay. Bro, what is Nick up to over there? He's on Skull Crushers and he's on Club. Well, y'all are about to get to see Club, Rhar. I know everybody was talking about Club in the Discord. You can get out of here with taking all these dang cards out of my hand, Nick. Dude, can't intimidate my whole hand on turn 0. That's cheating. That's cheating. That's right. He can't do much to us. I was like, we say that, and then bro is about to rickroll us on turn 0. I'd feel a lot more worried if he had claws than club here, honestly, but what did he discard? A pulping? Hey, Flickflax can shut down a pulping. That's pretty good. Kind of personal preference. I mean, that's fair. That makes sense. That makes sense. Just for 7? I mean, let's just block it out. Like, it's turn 0. Let's get some good... Like, we want to block and get some good, like, bonds targets over there, so I think that's fine. Throw Surging Strike, and then Fluster Fist, Arsenal Artivore, and if it hits, we just go get, like, a Whelming Gustwave here, right? I have no idea what this deck list looks like either, Trent. We could go... We could go Kadachi into Fluster Fist here if we wanted to. I do like having a nice full graveyard. That is kind of cool. I don't know. I think let's throw the Surging and Arsenal the Artivore. I think we'll Arsenal the Artivore here, and we'll just throw the Fluster Fist at him. We'll just get some pretty good targets over there. Now, granted, we'll only have one red Fluster Fist after that, so maybe it's better to pitch the red Fluster Fist here, actually. I don't know. Like, if we pitch the red Fluster Fist here, we keep 2 Fluster Fists for targets later in the game, which is good. But, I don't know. I'm kind of interested in just throwing 4 here. On Thursday, I played against a Rhar and I played against a KO, and I got rickrolled. Like, both games. Like, it was absolutely crazy. Yeah, we do have to get the Flesh Bag out at some point, which... I would like to do. Like, getting that out is like a very good play. I mean, I guess let's just go ahead and throw this here. Like, it's 4 damage. Yo, Liam with the big hydrate. Dude, let's do it. I got a big hydrate ready to go just for you guys because I knew it was coming. It always does. No, we're not going to Katsu. We're just going to Arsenal the Artivore here. Command and Conquer. Well, that's not very nice of you, sir. So we could lose the Artivore here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I could block Whelming Gustwave, Surging Strike, and Breaking Scales, and then I could go Kadachi into Command and Conquer here. If I block with Command and Conquer and Dishonor, I'd have to use Strap to throw this and then throw this for 4. I don't know. This is tough. I like throwing the Command and Conquer because it forces cards out of the next hand and gives us the ability to be able to throw the... Let's block 6 like this, because then we can just throw the Command and Conquer with the Surging Strike, keeping a Surging Strike in our deck, which I think is an okay play. And we're putting 2 combo pieces into our graveyard that we did not have access to previously. So I like this play a little bit better. Ban CNC? Get out of here, bro. Like, CNC is like such a good disruption piece. Like, that card is so well balanced, in my opinion. Like, it's like, I don't know. Like, CNC is such a good card. All right, big hydrate for Liam. Oh, man. Gotta make sure I get my water in today. Bro, I know you ain't about to block 5, Nick. Bro. Wow. I'd call that a win. I'd call that a W. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. The gulps. I mean, listen. Like, I'm not saying it shouldn't be, like, more affordable. Like, I hear what you're saying. It took my flick flack? Boo. Is there even a way for us to block the amnesia? So I don't know. Berserk Rhar is wild, I do agree. If I take 6, I mean, I can still have a decent hand, right? Like, we can just play the Art of War, banishing the 100 wins, and just try to come up with, like, some turn, like a turn here. This hand is so bad, because, like, I think we have to take 6 here. I don't know. I could be wrong, but, like, I think we have to take 6 here. This is the one thing I've not missed about playing aggro decks, is that, like, there are a lot of turns where you just have to be like, oh, well, and, like, take damage. We're going to go buff and banish. Like, and, like, the crazy thing is, like, our turn, like, it, like, does nothing. Like... Oh, you would have pitched the Flick Flack to pay for the Art of War? Interesting. That's spicy. I mean, we can still throw a pretty good turn at Nick here. Like, it's still going to be, like... I mean, I say pretty good. Like, this turn's terrible, but it allows me to get that Flick Flack into Arsenal, which I think is really what I like where I want to be at. I don't know. Like, my brain defaults to, like, how can I get, like, my D-Reacts into Arsenal here? Okay, so Kyle was looking to play, like, a much more aggro line than I was there. Like, just trying to, like, play a lot more offense. I mean, we can't Katsu here. Like, and even if we do, it doesn't matter. This is for 3. Yeah, man, it's sad. Like, listen, I love playing Guardian. I love blocking, bro. Like, it's like, and it's so funny to, like, how much the mindset has to change. Like, and that's, like, not really a joke. Like, your mindset has to change so much when you go from playing, like, Guardian to, like, playing an aggro deck. Because, like, you have to be on, like, you have to be, like, there mentally. Yeah, we got hit with the amnesia last turn. Get out of here, Drew. Get out of here. So I'm going to play the Flick Flack here. We're going to take 2. And then we can block with Fluster Fist here. Am I supposed to block with Bonds here instead of the Fluster Fist? If I block with the Bonds, I can go Kadachi, Arsenal, the Art of War. I mean, like, because I just feel like we need to keep the Surging Strike in our hand. I don't know. I could be wrong, but, like, we've already seen quite a few of them here. I mean, like, if we use, like, if I mean, I could just go to 21 here, and I could go cross-trap into Surging Strike to play the Art of War as a reaction. I think we need to play offense. Like, I think that's my problem in this matchup, is I spend too much time trying to play defense, and I just don't think it's correct. I think this is a Surging Strike. Like, this is a cross-trap Surging Strike turn. And if he blocks 4, we get to pitch Fluster Fist to play Art of War, banishing the bonds to draw 2 cards. Like, if he gives me a card and Scab Skins here, which is, like, I think a pretty, like that would be a pretty quick line for a lot of people. Because a lot of people, they always block the Surging Strike, or they never block the Surging Strike. Like, that is, like, most people's mentality about the game. That's right, we're no longer playing Guardian, Drew. We're playing freaking offense, baby. Let's go get him. Nick's thinking here. He's going, man, I've got a 9-point life lead. Be a shame if I blew it. Ooh. So with this in mind, do we even go? Like, do we turn on boots and yeah, hold the Art of War here? Our test of strength is pure damage. Hell yeah, I'm gonna get that like a bumper sticker. So if he doesn't block this, I think we can go Mask to get a Bonds. Discard this to go get the 0 for 4. The Whelming Gust Wave. Because we don't have a Descendant Gust Wave. So we go get that. And then the Bonds goes and gets another Gust Wave. The Gust Wave after that gets another, or the Bonds after that gets another Bonds, right? We can triple Bonds here. You don't want to use the Mask here to throw triple Bonds at him when we have it set up and like just kind of value him out the rest of the game. I mean, I think this is a pretty good turn for Lynx, right? Because if we're not gonna use boots and mask like at this, like we need to use them at the same time, right? I mean, I guess we could Arsenal the Art of War here. Like if he takes 4, like if Nick takes 4, we can just go get Whelming Gust Wave, throw Bonds, and then go get like a Fluster Fist here, I guess, and save it. I mean, I guess we could just throw the Dishonor. Use Katsu's ability. Get the Descendant Gust Wave. Throw Descendant Gust Wave. The fact that he doesn't have Fleshback here is like such a big win for us. Like major W. I mean, it makes sense that we're not going to use the mask. Like, I don't know. I'm always worried that I'm not going to use all of my pieces of equipment playing Katsu over here. So I'm like always trying to get like use them as quickly as I can when a line pops up. I guess that's true. We'll also have a Descendant Gustway over here now that we can use as like a Bonds target for later if we need it. That makes a lot of sense as well. This is why you guys are the ninja players. And I'm just like, block. Oh. I don't know why he's blocking this for 6. Like, me going and getting the Gust Wave should tell him that I have it. Like, every time. Do we want to hit him with the Dishonor here? Like, are we okay just using the Breaking Scales here? If he does block with Scabs and a card? Stare at them for 30 seconds. I love that. That's fantastic. I mean, like, if he blocks with scabs and a card, are we just going to use breaking scales? Like, it's just really good here, right? Like, that just seems like a pretty good line. I'm gonna ask Nick if he's there. I mean, I assume he's here. Like, okay. I mean, let's use it. Like, yeah, heck yeah. And we bonds loop next turn. Listen, I'm all about that. I'm all about playing like a big hand next turn. So here's my question now. That's true. We don't get cheese late game. So, like, do I want to play this as a reaction this turn? Like, because we have the mask, we always have the ability to go get another bonds, right? Do we even need to play the Art of War this turn? Is this even an Art of War hand? Like, we can just play these, and if either one of these hits, we get to turn on this. The bonds goes and gets a Whelming Gust Wave. Doesn't matter. This hand feels really good. I said, oh my god, I need an adult. So if we Art of War, like, are we solely using the Art of War for damage here? Like, we don't have to draw cards, right? Like, we could technically just go +1 and go again here and, like, not banish anything. Because I'm pretty sure this is, like, triple bonds right here, right? Like, we don't have to, like, actually use the banish mechanic here. We can just go buff, and your next thing gets go again, and use both the bonds here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let's make sure I do this correctly. This is quad bonds if you're man enough? Okay, well, all right, you guys see the quad bonds here. It doesn't. We're not going to Katsu, so it doesn't matter. We don't need to rearrange our triggers. We're going to go get the blue bonds here. There is no Katsu. Red bonds. We target a Descendant Gust Wave because we have two floating right now. Grab a Gust Wave off the mask so you can bonds out your last bonds. Oh, was I supposed to go grab... Was I not supposed to grab the other bonds? Did I mess that up? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So now we're going to go Gust Wave. Well, we're already here. Like, I'm not going to make Nick go back through it. So if I get the Whelming there... The other two bonds get the fourth bonds? Jesus Christ, that's insane, bro. It's crazy that it even works that way. I mean, it is fine either way, because, like, this hand is enough to, like, really put us in the driver's seat, I feel like. But, like... Definitely a better line here that, like, I completely missed. My guardian brain was not able to look past the third bonds here, so if I go and get the Whelming Gust Wave there, Whelming Gust Wave after the first bonds, so the mask gets the Gust Wave, the bonds gets the blue bonds, or it just gets any bonds, it doesn't matter. And then I throw the Whelming Gust Wave, this bonds... goes and gets another Gust Wave. The next bonds goes and gets another Then I throw the gust wave, go use this bonds to go get the... Oh my god, I can't even process that. I'm like having a stroke trying to process that. How do you guys understand that? Drew, bro, I'm gonna need you to like type out a message to me on Discord and explain to me how that works, fam, please. For all of us, brother. And then we can just go get a... Do we have a Dishonor left? I don't have a Dishonor left. I guess I miscounted. Bro, the Legos are not working right now, fam. Like, the Lego pieces are not coming together for me. I need someone to tell me the instructions on Legos, please. Instruction manual or bust right now. And then we get to throw Fluster Fist for 5. So the crazy part is, like, this turn was broken, and, like, it could have been better. Like, that's the crazy part to me, is, like, this turn could have just been better. I love that he can't just, like, he can't just, like, intimidate stuff now. Is this for 16? Bro. So I can play this now. But I can't play the Surging Strike off the top, right? I mean, I don't know, I could be crazy here, but it feels like the correct play is just to block 6, take 10, throw double Kodachi and Arsenal the Empowerment, and set up for like a bigger turn here, right? I mean, because like if we take 16 and go to 7, you can put the Surging on the bottom and the combo piece on top. I mean, like, we could. But, like, how will it have go again? Like, what combo piece are we playing that's going to have go again next turn? I guess, like, if we get a Descendant... Oh, we can put a Gust Wave on top because it has go again? We can put 100 Winds on top, anything like that? Get a Descendant Gust Wave. I mean, yeah, I guess it just, like, it starts the turn, so we can play this now. So we'll put the Surging Strike on the bottom. I can also get a Spinning Wheel Kick here. I kind of like getting that because it's a breakpoint card. Is that not better here because it's the breakpoint? And then it's Kodachi this. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie, man. Part of me would like to be playing Victor at the RTN right now. I won't lie to you, Silas. How you doing? Are you... What, you guys play 2 rounds? You 2-0 right now? Just about taking the cards out of his hand, right? So, I mean... I don't know. It kind of feels like it would have been better just to, like, block some there. I don't know. I could be wrong. You're 1-1. What did you beat and what did you lose to, Silas? We're just going to Arsenal this because it ends the game on a breakpoint, like, pretty much at any time. Attack for 2, attack for 4, and then attack for 3 at the end with the pump at the end. Ends the turn, like ends the game pretty much. And now, like it's on hit. This is the Silas. Oh, Kasai is not a fun matchup? Ooh, did you lose to Kasai? I don't know if you're supposed to lose to Kasai. And I say that like I genuinely don't know. I thought Nick said he was working today. Beat Fi, lost to Kasai. I don't know if I can carry the Silas after Martian season. Well, dude, you're about to pull it all back and you're about to qualify today, so you better get that negative attitude out of here. We ain't having it, fam. We ain't having that shit around here. I mean, okay, he must have had a no block in his hand, I guess. All right, well, between you guys and me trying not to have a Guardian Smooth Brain over here, we're 2-0 so far, so that's a good start to today. I keep thinking, let's block. And that's not what ninjas do. They say it isn't good for Brute. I mean, that's fair. Like, I would take their word for it. I was like, because I honestly don't know. It's probably why Warrior's doing so well in the metagame right now, because there's so many Brutes, if that's the case. Like, I know that, like, Kasai, like, plays a close game into, like, Victor, but, like, I feel pretty favored into that matchup. I should have blocked. I mean, bro, listen. It's just like, man, like, going from Fi to back to try to play Guardian was, like, a massive change for me. Because I spent months thinking about what's the most aggressive thing I can do. And then, like, it just, like, I don't know, like, and then like going back to Guardian like made me think like, oh well, maybe I need to block some here. All right, Drew, what are we doing in this matchup here? Kasai is a bad matchup for Brute. Okay. I mean, I assume we want these. Like, are these the 9 cards we want? Do we also want the blue bonds for crazy combo stuff? Like, do we just want to run everything but the Warmongers here, Drew? I think this guy has a YouTube channel. Only Run Very Noob. I think he has a YouTube channel. I think he plays with Lupine Fiasco quite often. We're going to run it like this. I think this is what we want to be doing. Take yellow 100 wins out. All right. Take yellow 100 wins out. And book it. Let's pitch a reinforce for second cycle. There's 2 schools of thoughts on this matchup. Hit me with them. I was like, I know he's a pretty good Guardian player. I'm pretty sure. Like, I saw him playing a lot of Victor. We're just gonna throw some cards and then Arsenal the reinforcement line here. Like, let's just take some cards out with the Kodachis and then let's just Arsenal. Activate Borvo. Uh-oh. Oh, that's it? Yeah, I won't lie. I was expecting more. I mean, we can block 7 here. So, like, if I block Winds of Eternity and then throw the Reinforcement line, I could throw CNC here. There might be a world where it's, like, block with Command and Conquer. I don't think that's ever correct here. Yeah, let's just block 7 here. I don't know, like, I don't, like, really care about the Chokeslam, per se, but, like, at the same time, like our hand was, like, just kind of awkward here. So we'll just throw the CNC. Like, I know they have no arsenal, but, like, we're just throwing 6 here. been playing defensively and chip with Kodachis until you can take some vanilla damage, then you pop off. I mean, I think that's like the way it has to be played, right, Kaio? Like, you just kind of have to like block when you can and like force their hand in certain situations, and then like, you know, use your flick flacks and reinforces like in a safe way. At least what I would call safe anyway. If I block 3, I mean, is this just a keep it hand? Issue with that is that Kasai can block for at least 7 effectively, return percent 7 and 9 back consistently. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what gives her a good matchup into Brute, right? Like, if we just take 4 here, I could like lead on the Gust Wave and then play the Art of War here. I think this is a take 4 kind of hand. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just supposed to play the Flick Flack there. Like, I think I'd rather save the Flick Flack for something that's not Hammer, right? Like, we just don't care about Hammer, like, pretty much ever. Like, never throw a Surging without the Gust Wave follow-up. Okay. I mean, let's just go ahead and play it. Like, it is, like, this technically looks like a 5-card hand to them, but they don't know, like, what we have. So we can go get, we can Bonds into, we can discard this to Bonds into Dishonor here. I don't think we were supposed to like, I don't think we were supposed to use like Pouncing Links or Boots here or anything. Which are exactly plus relevant on hit most times in Copper Gold Generation. For 2 as for players. I mean, yeah, the 2 blocks and the no blocks like definitely make that hard. I feel like make that matchup like way harder there. And then I can just throw this for 4. Keep the spinning Will Kick for next turn. Draw a card. And he might try, like, he might take 5 here, or like block with 1 card, take 2, and then like throw like a Dominated Choke Slam or a Dominated Debilitate at us in some fashion like that. Like, he's gonna have to take damage to try and throw stuff back at us here. He's just gonna block this out and then throw the hammer here, I assume, is the play. Now we're throwing a 3 for 8 here. Oh, you're saying, oh, okay, I'm following. Yeah. No, I mean, that also makes sense. Like, you probably just, like, I imagine, like, as a brute, you just get outvalued. Like, that makes a lot of sense. If I give Breaking Scales and... If I get Breaking Scales and Flick Flack here, I take 3, go to 32. I could play the Ancestral Harmony if I wanted to. And, like, try to push through some damage here. It doesn't seem bad to me. And if we hit a card, like, we hit a good card. And we can end our turn on the Fluster Fist. I can go Kadachi into Will Kick 100 wins this. I think that's the best line we have here, right? Let's just play the 100 wins and see where he goes here. Because, I mean, this could be like us Katsuing into another 100 wins for all our opponent knows. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the spinning Will Kick there. Throw the spinning wheel kick, because if it hits, I can go get another spinning wheel kick, but I'm not sure if that's the correct play or not. So Ancestral Harmony was we got 5 power out of it. Was a 0 for 5 that turn. Yep. And then Fluster Fist for 3. Yep, block 3 here. We did it right. Would have thrown 100 wins first. Like, to push through damage later, I guess. If I block with Gust Wave and Will Kick here, I can block this 4, throw the Fluster Fist and Arsenal this. Maybe we just take 4 here. I don't know. Like, he's already given up Balance of Justice, so like that's pretty good for us. Like, I think he's supposed to play it the first time he sees that opportunity. Like, I think that is correct on his part. Oh, if we could sneak in a Katsu trigger. I mean, I doubt this is going to hit. Like, probably a D-React here. I don't think we want to use Breaking Scales here. And then let's just throw the Fluster Fist, because the Kodachi won't have go again. Yeah, Kasai has a lot of really good value. Like, Kasai gets a ton of value over the course of the game. Like I just think that, like, as, like I don't know, like, I guess just from, like, the Guardian point of view, she doesn't scare me as much as, like, everybody talks about. Is this just, like, natural combo hand here? Like, is this, like, this is shenanigans, right? We're supposed to just block with the boots here. Feels like shenanigans here. Cross Trap. Surging Strike. I'd love to have the Art of War here, honestly. Maybe I should have played more patiently with the Ancestral Harmony. We do have to keep the Whelming Gust Wave in hand. So, yeah, this hand is really good. I agree. We have to try and push through damage here. I don't like blocking with Gauntlets of Iron Will right there. I don't think that's a good block, necessarily. I don't know. I could be wrong. And then we get to throw this. I mean, I don't think we're going to use these yet, right? Like, we have a pretty fine hand just the way it is. Like, if we get this Bonds, we could throw... So... If this hits, we discard Whelming Gust Wave to go get... Actually, we're just not going to Katsu here, are we? We're just not going to Katsu here, right? Because we want to save the other Whelming Gust Wave. Like, and we can just use it. If he blocks 5, like he did, we could push this through, which there's not really a point to doing. If I throw Bonds... You could Katsu for another Bonds if you wanted, and Kyle says, yeah, no Katsu. So in my head, if I throw the Bonds after this, I can go get... I could Bonds into another Bonds. And then I'd have to break the boots when something hit to be able to throw this with go again. No, technically it'd be better to go get a Fluster Fist, right? I could go... So, Bonds into Fluster Fist, pitch this for the Will Kick, and then throw the Fluster Fist, and then save all of this for another turn. Is pretty good. Or I guess technically I would have all the pieces, so I could just go get the Dishonor, right? The Dishonor is just better here. Yeah, I like the Dishonor here. Saving our equipment is pretty good, I do agree. I mean, I would have liked to have thrown the Kodachi here or the Spinning Wheel Kick before all this, but like, I think we have no idea how our opponent's going to block. And then we throw the Dishonor here for 4. And my opponent is forced to give me 2 cards or, like, have a Sink Below in hand here. Yeah, I think keeping the equipment for, like, a later run here is better. Because, like, this is what we wanted from this turn, right? Like, we got Gauntlets, we got Civic Steps, we got Stillbraid Buckler. So, like, he's down to, like, very low equipment at this point. And now we're just going to try and... I mean, like, being able to Dishonor him would be good. If he could not dominate us the rest of the game, that would be insane. And I think we're supposed to Arsenal this, right? No, the Will Kick's better as an Arsenal target, I think. Yeah, I think we just have to, like, try and dig through the armor. Like, I think that's the only way we can do it, is just to slowly go through it. And getting a Crippling Crush out was very good. Like, a Spinal and a Crippling Crush have already come out, like, which is solid. So, I'm thinking if I block 3, I can go Kodachi, Gust Wave into... Yeah, if I block with Whelming Gust Wave here... I mean, yeah, it's not great to draw this card, but we're going to put it back into the deck. So if we block here, I can go Gust Wave, Wheel Kick, Kodachi, leaving the Artivore in Arsenal. And I think this is a good... I think we want to block here. I think setting up... Like, I think leading on this, like, demands a block. Getting Starstruck out of there is such a win also. This feels like a matchup where we're going to have to use the Harmony. Am I lagging? I need to refresh here. Okay. Refresh and we're waiting. Hi, man, Kyle, I like your confidence, man. I don't know that we're really in the driver's seat yet. I think if it was like a better Katsu pilot playing right now, I would agree with you. But I think if we're really going to be in the driver's seat, we're going to have to, like, they're going to have like a, I don't know, like they're going to have like something like a Thunderquake or, you know, something that doesn't really matter. And then we're going to have to be able to use this Artivore next turn because they decided not to block on the Will Kick. So they've taken 4. Like, the way, like, from what I know about Katsu, the way this matchup goes is you have to, like, chip away, and then you essentially have to have a first really big turn, and then you have to have a second really big turn where you're actually able to, like, get ahead and push value there. That's my understanding of it. Then we'll throw a Kodachi. This does not feel good with Tunic up. Like, this could very easily be a Crippling or a Dominated Spinal or something like that. Like, we could be in a rough spot here. Drew, get out of here. Oh, man, that's not good. I mean, block Empowerment and Command and Conquer. Like, if we had any equipment block left, we could go Empowerment, 100 wins, and something over here to go Kodachi into Command and Conquer, but I think we just have to block 6 here. I mean, if he has it, he has it. Like, I mean, if he has it, we're just going to play it, right? Like, we'll just play +1 and, like, block some more and discard one of our cards here. Because, like, we didn't really have a hand that, like, he wanted to block on, so I think that blocking this way is correct. Okay. I mean, it's fine. I'm going to play the... We're going to go... I think I'd rather keep this in my deck. We're just going to go buff, and your next attack gets go again here. That way we're only taking 2. So. Oh, I guess because we blocked with the empowerment, like we actually take 3 here, but that's fine. Like that could have went a lot worse for us. Like don't get me wrong, like that was not a good turn for us by any means, but like being able to use that is like okay. Just block with a flick flack. It's probably actually better if I block with empowerment and wins, and then because Kyle said a minute ago never to throw the Surging Strike without having something to follow it up with. So maybe I'm just supposed to block Surging and Empowerment. I mean, how many Surging Strikes have we seen so far? Have we really only seen 1 Surging Strike so far? I mean, with only 1 Surging Strike out of the deck, I think we're okay to throw this one, right? Like, I think that's okay. We'll just block 3 here. Block Surging and Empowerment here. So if we block 5, we take 1, we're going to throw both the Kodachis, and then we're just going to Arsenal the Flick Flag. That's fine. I'm willing to just take 5. Like, I mean, it's a pummel on a card I don't care about. Like, if that's how he wants to spend his pummels, deal. Deal. Every day of the week and twice on Sunday. If I block with Whelming, I can block with Whelming and Bonds and then throw 100 Winds into the Whelming Gust Wave here. Like, this seems fine. Oh, wow, that's hilarious. I mean, we could have flick flacked that here, but I don't really think that's what we want to do. It's honestly kind of funny. Like, just kind of laugh. Like, blue chokeslams are not really where you want to spend your pummels, but I mean, like, if his hands are good enough, like, his hands are good enough. And also, because I didn't flick flack the pummel, he now thinks we do not have a defense reaction and that we're trying to set up, like, an Art of War or something crazy. So... Block Bonds and the Flick Flack. Pitch the Surging Strike to throw the Surging Strike. I think this is what it has to be. Like, we just can't keep taking damage like this. Like, we're gonna lose the game. Like, if we just, like, I don't know, like... I mean, and if he does let this hit, like, I mean, we probably just go get a red Whelming Gust Wave here, right? And, like, just push through damage. I mean, we have 2 more Reinforcement Lines in the deck, so, like, I'm pretty tempted to, like, push this through. I mean, if he's going to give us the Fate Foreseen, he's going to give it to us. That's fine. None of our combo pieces are lining up the way I want them to at all. Like, none of our combo pieces are lining up the way I want them to. Like, they keep lining up, like, one hand apart. And, like, don't get me wrong, I know we're, like, trying to live a pipe dream here, like, wanting to have it all. Trying to have my cake and eat it, too, here. I get it. Kadachi into Gust Wave, and we can play the Empowerment here. Oofski. Big Sag. We're just going to pass here. And Flick Flack. I mean, it was a pretty good exchange for us, honestly, because now we're going to be able to throw Kadachi and the Command and Conquer, which will take 2 cards out of their hand. The only problem is if they have 2 blues in their hand and like another Crippling, which I think they pitched their last Crippling just a minute ago. But like it could be a Spinal or anything in their arsenal here. Yeah, this is the start of our pitch stack right here. I feel like when you pair my lack of knowledge about how to like play like Katsu on like a very deep and like sophisticated level with the fact that like we didn't really like don't get me wrong, I can put together like some pretty decent Katsu turns, I feel like, but if like if like some of the turns like aren't like on the wall for me, like they're not there, like that's just not good enough to put that all together, honestly. Let's just take 3 here. We'll just go to 3. There's no crush effect here. We'll see if he lets us hit. He's got a Sink Below or a Fate Foreseen. I don't know which one it is here. I mean, we could have used our equipment that first big turn there. Like, I just don't feel like it was really worth it. I don't know. Like, I feel like you need to use your equipment on like the second big turn, I think. Like, I could be wrong. I don't know. Like, my lack of knowledge in this matchup, like, isn't great, but it would be very good. This is a fantastic hand. This is a great hand. Like, if we had this hand, like, with tempo, we'd win the game, like, right now, I think. Big Sag. Block 7. So, because this is Hammer, do I actually just give the Mask here? Like, which is kind of like not great, but like if I give Mask, I can go Kadachi Surging Strike into Whelming Gust Wave here. I don't know, like going to 1 is very scary, but like he did block everything, but we had the breaking scales that we could have used to like really try and like push some stuff through. That on the 1 attack. I think it was on the Gust Wave that turn, or no, it wasn't the Gust Wave, it was it was not the Bonds of Ancestry. It was a Descendant Gust Wave that we attacked with that we could have tried to push things through, but crazy parts with how few cards we have in our deck, he might just take 5 here. Also, just blocking out will like win him the game. Because like Kadachis are so good at the end of the game because you have your opponent like within 5. And when our opponent's at 20, there's no way Kadachis are going to close out the game. So like I could have used the breaking scales and then like used Mask and Boots that turn, but like I don't know. I just don't really feel like it was worth it. If I'm being honest. Oh, he is going to give us a card. How about that? So We're just going to block 5. We're going to see if we can cobble anything together here. This is like pure desperation Art of War right now. Throw this for 5. Our opponent blocks, and then I'm just going to concede here. We'll throw the Kodachis, and then I'm just going to concede. Our opponent played this very well. Hit their big turns in stride. The turn that really swung this game around was when we arsenaled, like the Command and Conquer Pommel was really good for them. Like, don't get me wrong, like we still had some like play after that, but like that was a really big swing turn for them. Like really, I mean, the 3 pummels in a row was tough. Yeah, like that was pretty tough. But I mean, he hadn't really like seen any, so like I don't know, it didn't seem that crazy to me. But yeah, it was pretty good for them. Guys, I got to use the bathroom real quick. I'm going to take like a 2-minute break. I'm going to grab some more water. When I come back, we'll be playing more Katsu. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. Okay, short break, and we're back. 2-1 so far. I mean, in the one loss that I have, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel bad about. Like, that person was a very good like Guardian player. I watched some of their videos, and like they play a lot of Guardian. So I was like, I know that they're a pretty good Guardian player. Like, and it's funny because like the Ninja matchup used to be like so clean into. Hey, it's Troll. What's up, dude? Let's go. That matchup used to be like almost like kind of like free in a lot of spots, but I mean, hey man, listen, you play those cards to draw them, bro. So we're probably looking at Warmongers here if I had to guess. Warmongers seems good. Do I want CNC against this deck? Probably. Just run 64 here? I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, we have to play AB1, right? Drew, what do you play here? Do you play gloves or lantern here, Drew? Troll's asking if we actually want to play the game. You want lantern here? All right, lantern it is. Let's do it. Okay. So, I mean, the best thing to do is just to play Warmongers here, right? Arsenal. We can throw the Kadachi. We can throw the Kadachi, play Warmongers, Arsenal, the Empowerment here. Seems pretty good. So that he can't, we can try to stop Troll from setting up here. I don't know if throwing this on turn 0 is correct. Letting him play the Funeral Moon from his hand as an instant. I'm going to choose War. Pretty much what you always choose. I mean, this hand seems pretty good. This hand seems pretty good. Like, I'm a pretty big fan of this hand, so probably just going to take whatever he does this turn. Having double empowerment gives us, like, a really good shot at, like, being able to, like, put the Surging Strike over. I mean, technically, we could pitch the... Like, we're going to lose this. I mean, there's still a good chance I can push this over, right? So, like, there's still a decent chance of just taking this as correct. Very unfortunate that he, like, had widespread destruction in his opener here, but... Well, we are under Warmongers, Liam, but, like, this is a reaction. It doesn't actually stop. It's only actions. I mean, if he blocks... I guess if he blocks 3 in a card from hand, like, we can't do it that well. So I was probably supposed to just block those. I don't know. Let's try to play offense. Like, let's try to play offense. We'll just use Cross Trap and try to play, like, a big hand of offense here. Oh, I can't use that. Liam, you were talking about the cross trap. You're correct. I cannot use the cross trap. That is not something I was thinking about. So now we're in a really bad spot. Like, this is really not good for us now. Yeah, no. Not being able to cross trap is not good. I guess I can throw the Surging Strike here and kind of, like, force him to block. Like, we could get lucky off the empowerment here. Yeah, Big Stinky is right, Drew. Big Stinky. Hiss at widespread destruction for being good. Yeah, I mean, we can play the Surging here and, like, still try to make something happen. I don't know. The other option was to, like, block some Rune Chants and then block the damage there. Like, we could have just stayed at 40. Like, I think we'll just... Like, I want to see an extra card here, right? Like, I think we want to play this here. But I guess Cross Trap was what I was talking about. Yeah, so we can play the Ancestral because it is a... we can play the Ancestral because it is a D-React, but... Or it's an attack reaction, but we can't use the Cross Trap because it's an action. So Katsu into... I think it's better to discard the 100 wins here. We discard the 100 wins. We can go get a Whelming Ghost Wave. And then if Troll decides to block just 4, we could use the Breaking Scalers, but I don't really think this is like what we want to do here, right? Like, we should just hold this card. And like, yeah, so he overblocked, which is a good play. We're just going to Arsenal the Ancestral Harmony and then just try to set up for a 5-card hand, I think. I think that's what we want to do here, right? Set up a 5-card Harmony turn. Yeah, it feels pretty good. So pitch Dishonor, right? Or is it pitch Flusterfist here? Now let's pitch the Dishonor. We pitch the Dishonor to prevent him from getting a Rune Chant. We're going to go Kodachi 100 wins into Command and Conquer, which is pretty good. Like, I think this sets us up pretty well. I throw in a Menguchi line for like matchups like Bravo. So I know that somebody on Thursday was talking about like when we played against a Guardian, they were like, oh, like this is when we wish we had a Menguchi release line in the deck, which I think would be very good. So I mean, like you could definitely think about adding it in there. Because you cut some of the blues and play 100 or Lord of Winds, and you play the one of Menguchi release, right? That's the line that you're looking for there. Also, Drew, I thought your comment in the Discord the other funny was really nice when you said you were rewatching the stream on Thursday and you were like, they do like me. I had a pretty good laugh about that joke. I thought that was funny. I mean, this feels like it could be a pretty good hand here. Like, we have some decent pieces here that we could try to use to push through, but we don't have anything to follow up the surging with here. I mean, dude, it is wholesome. Like, dude, like, everybody loves you, man. Like, you're awesome. I say that, like, I mean, honestly, like, I feel that way about, like, 99% of the people that, like, hang out, like, in my chat and, like, in the Discord. Like, everybody's very nice and very awesome. But, I mean, like, dude, I was like, Drew, you're an OG, fam. Been around forever, bro. Like, maybe we're just supposed to, like, I could have just, like, blocked this and, like, played, I don't know, played the Warmongers this turn, I guess. I mean, I guess technically, like, so I could go Harmony here. I think we're just going to lead on the Harmony and see, like, we have 5 cards here. So we have the Flusterfist to end the turn with. So I think we're going to lead on the Spinning Wheel Kick to try and get a Katsu hit here. I also think we're going to like try and push this through here. Yeah, Wheel Kick first. Yeah. I think the Wheel Kick first here is very good. By the way, guys, if you're hanging out today and like you're interested in like being in the Discord, you can hit !Discord no matter where you're at and find the link to that. I was like, we talk about a lot of different stuff, and like I think it's a really good time. Also, if you're interested in playing in the Talishar tournament that I'm going to have, you can register for it there. There's a pinned message in the Talishar tourney section where you can find out more about that. I don't know why I turned that off. Now we throw the Surging Strike here. Leading on the Wheel Kick and then throwing the Surging Strike is like pretty good, I think. I think this is a solid line. I was like, we're going to force some like equipment or something here, I think. playing around the... I mean, I hate to waste the value off of Ancestral Harmony, so, like, we can just throw, like, 100 Winds into Flusterfist, right? Like, and just push through, like, some damage. I was thinking that, like, maybe there's a world where we want to Arsenal the 100 Winds, because, like, it gives us kind of that spinning wheel kick, like, lead-off card, where, like, we can try to get an early Katsu hit off of something that looks pretty, like, oh, shucks, me? Like, you know, it just looks kind of, like, harmless, honestly, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, Arsenaling the 100 Winds I think would have been, like, really good, but I hate to waste the value on the Ancestral Harmony. Like, I don't know, like, what you guys think is better there. Because, like, it would be nice to just be able to, like, throw a Katsu hit that looks kind of, like, not that frightening. So... I can't block this out without giving up every card. And, like, I mean, I'm giving him one rune chant going in the next turn, which is kind of terrifying. Maybe I'm supposed to pitch 2. So let's pitch the 100 Winds here. Like, let's try to, like, keep some life up, and let's take a different hand. Let's pick a different hand to, like, play Omega offense with. And I think blocking 6 like this is, like, the correct play, because we're keeping a 3-point life lead. He only has 1 rune chant, and we're going to arsenal a really solid combo piece. And, like, the widespread destruction, there's only 1 left in the deck that's, like, not in his hand. So, or, like, there's only 1 left in the deck. He played 1, pitched 1 early, and so, like, there's 1 we don't know about and where it's at. This is also, like, a really good, like, blocking hand. Pitching the bonds, obviously, more important than anything else here. We don't have a dishonor over here, so it's good to get 1 over there. And we could pitch this to the Kadachi, like, just to throw a Kadachi on our turn if we wanted to. I think we can do this pretty safely. Block this out. He doesn't get rune chance from Mauverin's guys. Now, I mean, he did have go again, so, like, he can just throw something from hand here. You like that hand? You didn't want to, like, block and pitch with that hand? You wanted to keep that hand? I don't know, maybe it's, like, my brain just telling me that because it's, like, triple... I mean, it was a blue bonds, yeah. Like, we couldn't have, like, pouncing links for the bonds, which kind of scares me, but... I think we're just kind of waiting for a turn where, like, our hand looks pretty good. Like, we're looking for, like, a pretty good starting hand. I guess we did have an Arsenal Gust Wave, so, like, we did have 2 Gust Waves there. Letting him play that, like, at instant speed is, like, so broken. Alright, I kind of like this hand. This might be a hand where we just take some damage here. Do we have bonds in the bin? We do not, apparently. I actually really like this hand. This hand's pretty solid, I think. We're just going to take some damage here. And I think we're just going to try and, like, push a big turn here. If it was a red Mauverian, we'd probably have to consider blocking this, but I was right to block on that last hand. Okay, cool. I like to hear that. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and give him another rune chant. Like, I'm not a fan, but I think we have to play offense here. So I'm going to go cross trap. Surging Strike. throw this from Arsenal. 4 go again on hit. We get to Katsu and like go get a bonds and do some like dumb stuff here. We can bonds into the dishonor here, which like turning off his hero ability would be awesome. It was right to loop. Okay, so since we didn't have one, so I made the correct decision incorrectly. It's funny how like just sometimes you just get lucky. Like sometimes like just playing cards like it's just sometimes it's like, you know what, just better lucky than good. Like I laugh but like say that quite regularly, so I think we pay with the gust wave here. Use breaking scales. So we go and get a. I mean, that's fine. Like that's not like great for us or anything, but I think that's okay, honestly. Like, hate to use the breaking scales like that, but it is what it is, ultimately. Kadachi into the Command and Conquer here. I was like, he doesn't have an arsenal, so like it's not as good now, but considering how his arsenal in hand looked, that would have been a great hand to have that there, but banishes the top card of their deck. So I'd basically go to 7 here. I actually think we can pitch these. Like, we can pitch this. I think this is fine. We're going to have to take 2 Rune Chants and 3 Physicals, so we're going to fall down to 12. We're going to play the Warmongers, and then we're going to Arsenal the Art of War, which I think is a pretty good line of play. And this also puts, like, a Bonds in our graveyard there, which I don't think we have yet, so I think this is an okay line of play. He got an Ancestral Harmony, but I think that using the Warmongers to like take them off of a turn so that we can try to crawl back into the game here is good. Because we're going to have a turn to get us back here. They choose Peace, we're going to choose War, and we're going to Arsenal our Art of War here. Well, we're definitely going to pitch the Fluster Fist to play Art of War going +1 and then banish the 100 wins because we have like some natural combo just lined up here. Yep. Okay. And now we've bought ourselves a 5-card hand and we have to just play all gas here. We're going to go buff and banish. Unfortunately, the resources did not line up for us here. You pitched the Surging Strike? Why would I pitch the Surging Strike when I have Surging Strike into Gust Wave as like an initial combo line here? I don't understand. Are you saying to pitch the Surging Strike to play Gust Wave and then use this as a reaction? When we can play the Art of War and banish the 100 wins and then have natural combo line with 2 new cards in hand, more than likely one of them is a blue. I don't need the Surging as a starter. All right. We'll try it that way. Like, that's interesting. My brain, like, definitely does not work that way, but we'll try it that way. And I mean, I guess we don't need to play the Art of War here. So now where does this leave us? Like, I don't like this is my concern with this play. Like what is like our hand just looks like super mediocre now. I don't know, like my hand just feels like kind of mid. Like I'm not gonna play this now, right? Like we're just gonna throw the 100 wins and play Flusterfist. Like you do play the Art of War? I'm very intrigued by this. I mean, we drew into the bonds, so that works. And then do we banish a bonds to go get another bonds here in hopes that if this hits, we get to use our crazy combo line here? I mean, but like we still can't do like crazy stuff here. Like bonds again, I would guess. You go get a bonds again. I mean, that's what I'm thinking too, based off what we're talking about here. That's true. That's very true, Thor. Yeah, pitching the surging was interesting to me. I don't know. So I guess we're just going to go get another bonds here. Like, I guess that's the play. No. I hear what you're saying, Thor. Like, I completely agree. When you're blocking, like, it's kind of like when you, like, try to play a fair game with Victor, in my opinion. You fall into the trap of, like, playing their game, and you put yourself in a bad spot. I assume this is a D-react here. And so even if we pay, it doesn't matter here. Yo! Saturday with the 2 months of Prime. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. That's, dude, 2 months of support. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. A lot of great creators out there you can spin that with every month, so I really appreciate it. Like, this hand just feels so awkward. Like, I don't really think we're going to pay here to pitch anything. Like, now we're gonna throw the 100 wins. Okay. So after we throw the 100 wins and he blocks us out here, we're just gonna throw the Whelming Gust Wave here, right? And then like he's just gonna block. I mean, I guess like the alternative option we have here is to throw the bonds. You're hedging against a dead turn if you somehow don't draw into a blue by pitching surging. Highly unlikely, but still. I mean, I guess that's fair. Like that makes sense, Justin. So if we throw the bonds here, we can go get, like, we don't get to like actually use bonds for anything. Like, and even if it hits, like, we're not going to use either one of these here because we didn't play Gust Wave last. So I don't know. Like, this whole turn cycle was really intriguing to me. Like, I'm glad that like I'm always recording my games because I'm gonna have to go back and watch this one and like really think about this turn cycle and why we did what we did. Because like we needed a huge turn there. And it felt like the only way for us to have a really big turn like we needed to have a really big turn here. And I think the only way to have a really big turn would have been to lead on what we needed to do. Because now from here, he gets to throw 6 physical and 5 rune chance at us pretty much no matter what here. I was supposed to throw the Gust Wave. So if I throw the Gust Wave, he's just going to block with 1 card. And then, like, we don't even get to play our bonds because we won't have go again here. I don't know. I am, like, thoroughly intrigued by the decisions here. I think we're just supposed to block this out. Like, honestly, like, I know that, like, blocking's not good for us, but I don't think, like, I mean, one, if we take it all, we just die. But I think we're supposed to arsenal the Surging Strike here. We can block with the Spinning Wheel Kick. Take 4, go to 7. We don't have an arsenal to banish when the chain closes. And we get to arsenal a turn starter and try to do something next turn. Like, because, like, not a high chance he can do anything super broken. It would gain Go Again. Yeah, so it would have had Go Again, but the actual Whelming Gust Wave itself wouldn't have had Go Again, Liam. It wouldn't have had Go Again. Like, if the Whelming Gust Wave would have had Go Again, then that would have been fine. But because we threw the 100 winds, the Whelming Gust, like, we didn't have a Surging Strike. This is it. The thing Dojo is meant for. I mean, it's not going to matter. We have to block. Like, what would you do with Dojo here? Oh, I see. You could put 2 combo cards on top of the deck. I mean, we're taking the Rune Chance. Is there any world where I'm blocking Mask here? Like, the answer's no, right? Like, unfortunately, we can't play the Dojo thing. That would be cool. I would like to be able to play the Dojo here. That would be fun. It would have been awesome if we would have got to play it there. You also have to draw into a 0 cost that turn, or Bonds if you lead with Surging. He can still give you the full hand to shut your turn off. I mean, well, I guess we're just, like, super dead here. We needed to block that because of the 3 Rune Chance there. I mean, but, like, he could have blocked out there, but, like, even with the hand we had wasn't going to win the game, right? Like, from what I'm looking at, it looks like the hand we had wasn't going to, like, win the game regardless, with the way, like, the way we played it out, like, put us into a situation to where, like, we were just going to lose later anyway. So, like, I don't know. Like, again, I'm not saying that you guys are wrong, because, like, the turn did take, like, all of his equipment and, like, every card from his hand that turn. Like, so I'm definitely not saying that you guys are wrong. Like, that turn just felt like it would have been better to take our chances with the Art of War. Like, we would have been able to lead with the Surging Strike because we drew into a blue. Like, and again, like, there's a chance we don't draw into a blue, but, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like playing into not having a blue is kind of like playing to not lose instead of playing to win. So this is going to be for 5. Oh no. So we can't stop that regardless here. You still took his full hand, and the other way he swings back exactly the same. Yeah, I think we, like, either way, the following turn had to be really good. Like, I don't think, no matter how we played it out, the following turn had to be really good. Like, I think that's just kind of like a very valid blanket statement there. Like, our next turn had to be good, or it didn't matter regardless. Taking every card doesn't matter because our next turn was, like, really lackluster. So let's block with the Whelming Gust Wave, and then, I mean, this game's over. Like, we've already lost this game, but we're just gonna throw 4 because, well, one, his his arsenal card is coming up from pitch stack, so like we should try to play around it. But at the same time, like this is the last turn of the game more than likely because he's going to play a non-attack action and make the damage unpreventable, and we're just going to... I mean, we're pitching this, right? Yeah, most of my experience playing against Vincent is playing against random Telestar people and Troll. And Troll always makes Vincent look way better than most other people do. I mean, let's attack for 2, I guess. Like, we're not dead yet somehow. We probably will be this turn if we don't draw, like, another blue to, like, come through and, like, try to make sure that we're keeping up, but... Because I have faith in $20 in my pocket. Yeah, this is the kind of hand that kills us here, because we just can't stop the rune chance. Jesus! Well, thought he was going to make more rune chance than that, I won't lie. But we are dead here, right? Because we have to block with both of our cards, and he gives us the flail and kills us here. Needing to hold your breaking scales until your big turn. Think that would have flipped the turn either way. So that's actually a really good point, Justin, that, like, that would have probably been, like, something that flipped in our favor. It would have put Troll, like, on the back spot. Like, it would have... He would have been able to keep the D-React from that hand that he used there, but I think that having the breaking scales for that big turn would have, like, totally flipped that game upside down for us. I think you're completely correct. That is probably the biggest takeaway from that turn. Yeah. Yeah, the turn when we did use the breaking scales and he had the second D-React, like, that was pretty good for him. I definitely was not accounting for him to have a second one there. Only getting 2 points of value from the mask is, like, pretty terrible. I don't think I've ever played against Dory. This feels like a race. I mean, I think this is like the Command & Conquer and Bonds package here. I don't know. Like, probably this is just what we're doing here. Just trying to race. We're just trying to do dumb Katsu stuff and, like, push tempo here. Attack me! Attack me! So I can go Kadachi 100 wins here. Like, we can't really do, like, dumb combo turns if we don't have, like, graveyard filled up, like, in some way. And, like, I think that, like, having the... I mean... Maybe I'm supposed to go Kadachi, Descendant Gustwave. Actually, that is 100% the play. Because, I mean, that was a really good first turn for Dory. If we throw the Gustwave here, and if he lets, like, this or the Bonds hit, we actually get to discard. I guess I needed to hit here first, but we still get to put all of our cards over there. One thing I could have done to guarantee it here, it wouldn't have had the Katsu effect, is I could have went Kadachi 100 wins, break the chain, throw this, do this to go get another 100 wins here. But, I mean, we'll just throw this. We want to get cards in our... I think we can just go ahead and, like, just put some, like, good targets into our graveyard here. And what I'm going to do is actually Arsenal the 100 wins, because there is, like, some world where, like, we have, like, a Winds of Eternity line that we draw or combo into next turn. Or we can just use the 100 wins as a bait for our hand next turn. And I think that's pretty good as well. I mean, like, we're just not supposed to block here, right? Like, if we don't block here, this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine if we don't block here. Blade Flurry. Ew. Card's so good. He has the resources here. He can Grains, like for sure. Grains of Bloodspill is such a good card. Like, oh, I really like this card in Dory, honestly. So, okay. If we block Dishonor and the Fluster Fist, we get to go Kodachi 100 wins into Command and Conquer, which is pretty good, I think. So I think this is the better way to block. We're also putting more combo cards that we want into our graveyard. He could have a buff here. Like, he could determine that the buff here is worth it. Go get an Iron Song response. I assume he's going to go get an Iron Song response because Iron Song response lets him push through 3 more damage and get a counter on his sword. So throw the Kodachi, we'll throw the 100 wins, see if they decide to block or how they block. And then we'll throw the CNC. I mean, like, because if I block 9, they're just going to Arsenal the Stillblade, and then my Command and Conquer has no value this turn. Like, so I had to take a chance that they were just going to Arsenal regardless. I mean, do I want to throw the other Kodachi here and just Arsenal this? And try to let this be like a more disruptive hand, because we could like potentially like block with 3 cards and go Kodachi Command and Conquer next turn. Really depending on like what they have right here. Let's do that. I think I'd rather try and get more value out of my CNC as opposed to like just throwing 6 vanilla damage here. I know this is kind of a race, but I think this is a race that like we can try to block effectively and wait for like a good turn on. I mean, this hand sucks. This hand is not very good. So I could block. I mean, if I block 10, I'm blocking with everything here. Like, and I don't really like just, I mean, I want to get like a combo piece into my arsenal. What if we block CNC Bonds, Spinning Will Kick, Breaking Scales, Breeze Rider Boots, Activated Strap to throw Command and Conquer, and then Arsenal the Surging Strike? I think this is what I want to do. I don't know. Like, Puncture punishes us here. Like, yeah, like, this and the Glistening Stillblade are literally the one card that, like, he gets to, like, push through damage on. And again, like, our Command and Conquer is now going to be, like, just another 6 damage. And I can't block this out. Yeah, the Puncture and the Glistening Stillblade are, like, literally the only 2 cards that he can, like, hard punish me with there. So, I mean, like, he has a lot of 0 for 3s, or, like, Stroke of Foresight would have been good. Like, Blade Flurry wouldn't have done it. Like, there were so many cards that don't punish me right there. No, we're not going to use Katsu's ability. And we're just going to pass and Arsenal the Surging Strike. You hate CNC and Katsu? I mean, it's like, it's like, I think people like just very generically like default to playing CNC because it's just so good. So this is for 5. I'm straight up just about to block 11. Like, unless he has like the Twinning Blade here, like. Oh my god. So my opponent's gonna go get the Twinning Blade. And no. So I'm gonna take 1. I mean, I'm now at a point where like we're gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep blocking with every single card I have until we get the counters off. Like, they will have a hand when they cannot push over by exactly 1 point of damage. There will be a hand. It will happen. This hand blocks 10. And this is currently coming in for 8. Yeah, singing was like the only other punish there. I mean, I guess that's true. He couldn't have used the... Like, he couldn't have had the super punish there. So, I mean, like... We could take damage here to, like... because, I mean, 100 wins looks like a pretty innocent card here, right? Let's say no blocks. I think, like... If we drew a hand with 3 blocks and I could block 11 here, I would. I would in a second, but I just don't think that there's, like, a way for me to... Like... The Dories had 3 of the 6 cards that they've had to have on, like, that are in their deck in general to, like, get through me when they needed to. Like, we've probably lost this game. Unfortunately, the ninja game is just a race. Like... So let's lead on this. I mean, he has had it every time, yeah. Like, and that's unfortunate because, like, these, like, this has looked like a very much a non-game here. We're gonna throw 100 wins for 4. Is he taking 4, or is this like a Steel Blade shunt, or what's your plan here, opponent? There's no way to double bonds here, right? Like, you can't double bonds with, like, out any, like, literal 0 combo pieces here. Because, like, if we mask into the blue bonds and we Katsu into, like, a Gust Wave, we get to go Surging Strike, Gust Wave, bonds, like, yeah. Like, we could use that to, like, try and, like... push it through here, but I don't think so. I mean, we could have used Mass to hit a single bonds line, but, like... I mean, I guess technically if, like, I go and get the other Gust Wave, like, we have the Dishonor over here, right? Yeah, we could have, like, went for the Dishonor line. I don't really understand why you block this out. Like, this doesn't matter. That's just 5 to turn on this combo piece. I don't really understand my opponent's block right there. I don't know. That was an interesting block for my opponent. Gonna take one and give me a card here. Okay. Three, 6, 8, 10. So, I mean, like, literally any pump puts him over the top here. I mean, if I really wanted to get aggressive, we could block 12, which, like, could be worth it. I mean, I guess if he lets the Gust Wave hit, we're probably supposed to, like, try to Dishonor there. I don't know. Like, if they had let the Whelming Gust Wave hit, we could have used the mask there to, like, go and get and, like, do the Dishonor thing. It depends on how they block. I think we have to get the counters off this thing. Oh, man. I mean, yeah. You take these on the chin and you smile. That's all you can do. My opponent's played 3 Glistening Steel Blades in, like, 5 turns. So We're just we're gonna concede and say good game there. That was crazy, honestly. Like at every turn, my opponent had whatever they needed right there. That was kind of nuts to see, honestly. All right. Well, we had a 2-0 into a 2-3 start, boys. It's not exactly what we were looking for. I can say that pretty safely. Definitely not what we were looking for. All right, Levia. Let's see. Good luck and have fun, opponent. They have flesh bag. What we have to play around here? Yeah, that was pretty tough. Pretty tough. I don't know like what we're drawing to really keep up with that. I mean, I guess like we could just like absolutely like high roll them back, but so this is weird because like I don't want them to get any cards in their graveyard, but like I also want to get some combo pieces in mine. I think we're just gonna Arsenal. I mean, hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Jesus. Every turn when I've needed my opponent to like just not have like, oh man, today has been rough. Like the draw, like my opponent's draws have been like just straight freaking rips today. Like we Arsenal Art of War and they immediately have the Command and Conquer like without filtering at all. That's very unfortunate for us, I feel like. We're just gonna block 6. Like if they have the Art of War there, like I mean we'll play ours. I think I'm just gonna throw the Kadachi and just pass here. Like I think we have to have a big turn. I could have thrown the spinning wheel kick, pitching the surging strike, but I still think this is the correct line of play here. I mean, let's take 7. We'll block whatever they do next. We can block here, right? Like wait for the combo. Like just, I mean, we're not going to be able to do it on the first one either way, I don't think. So Justin, that's a really interesting question because from personal preference, I would prefer the game to be more open in a competitive standpoint because I think it makes the game healthier. But as someone who likes to like, you know, who likes to go to tournaments and like, you know, likes to be able to like, you know, give myself the best shot by knowing the field. I think having a more like, you know, like triangle, like 3 or 4 decks are the best decks in the game. Like I think gives you a better shot at understanding what you're trying to accomplish. But I definitely prefer an open meta as someone who loves Flesh and Blood. That's a good question. I like that question a lot, honestly. So I'm going to play the Art of War here. We're going to buff and banish, and I'm going to banish the 100 wins. Yeah, the meta is like wide open right now. Like wide open. Not a huge fan of the RPS metas. What is RPS? What does that mean, Drew? Yeah, let's use Katsu's ability. We'll discard the Dishonor, and we'll go get a... What are we looking for? A Whelming here. I wonder if he'll give me Husk here. I mean, because this is a very easy, like, one of the best Husk things you'll be able to block. Oh, rock, paper, scissors. Gotcha. Now, I get that. Like, a lot of people don't enjoy the 1, 2, 3, like the triangle format. Like, a lot of people aren't fans of that kind of stuff. I personally really enjoy it, but that's just me. I don't know. Like I think it's easier to target a metagame when you know what like the best 3 decks in the format are. Personally, so I'm a bigger fan of that kind of stuff. But we have real potential here, right? If we use the cross trap, like if we use the cross trap and they don't do this, we have like real dumb potential here. I could also just play it safe by pitching the yellow bonds here. I think I want them to give us that flesh bag. And if I can do something right now that's going to get them to give us the flesh bag, I will. The only problem is if they intimidate my Whelming Gustwave here, like all of what we're working for here is just kind of like going down the drain. I need an adult again? What do you need an adult for, Kaio? Do I even Katsu here? Like, if I Katsu, I'm just Katsuing for a... What am I Katsuing for? Is there a Dishonor over here? And I guess we get to have the Dishonor line. So we'll go get the... Descendant Gustwave. My opponent's showing a lot of discipline here with the flesh bag. Yeah, I like threatening Dishonor. I think the Descendant Gustwave is better here because like it lets us threaten Dishonor than like the actual effect of like drawing a card. I don't know, like it seems like the longer the game goes on, the better that gets. And we can just throw the Dishonor, and then we can Arsenal the yellow bonds here and have a combo piece in Arsenal. I think this is like setting up a little bit better for us this game. Playing around the Razor here, okay. What is this? What is this hand? I mean, yeah, getting the Husk out of there is very good. Like, getting the Husk that turn is very good. In open metas, it increases the gap in players who have a team that constantly... So, that's also a really good way to look at it. And I'm going to be honest, Justin, before, like, this moment, I'd never really considered that. Oh, Bim with a Hydrate, let's go. I'd never really considered that as an option. But that makes a lot of sense. Like, the teams who have access to, like, you know, 15 or 20 people who are, like, 15 or 20 people at the top of the metagame can really, just get ahead of the rest of us because they're able to test so frequently and have so many people being like, hey, do this, try this, like, you know, things like that. So I think that makes a lot of sense. That was like really a big reason on why, like, you know, like some of us like really tried to like come together like as a team locally, because like, you know, we wanted to be able to work together and test together and like, what is everybody else doing? You know, like things like that. So it's a big reason of why we try to do that. Yeah, the open meta does like, it does give a lot of like value to specialists. I do agree with that. So this is going to be like claw, something else. And I think we have to take this. Like, this could be like, I was like, yeah. Like, what world can I just go to freaking 8 here? Like, this feels like every single game when I play against Brute. This is always what happens, except for the one game we played earlier. I feel like this is every single game I play against Brute, this is what happens. they're able to play like a Blood Rush turn and take a big Blood Rush turn. He's going to immediately give me the Flesh Bag here. Okay. Like, if he gives me the Flesh Bag there, like, he puts himself in such a better spot. Like, I know we don't have Artivore here, but we have to try and go off. Like, we have to try and make something happen here. So, Drew, if I lead on the Harmony and then I throw the Surging Strike there, like, he's going to give me the Flesh Bag and then my turn is dead in the water, right? So, like, I don't think I can play the Harmony there. Like, I think playing the Harmony is actually a trap. And I think that, like, we're getting exactly what we want from him doing this right here. Okay, so if I crack Boots, I don't get the Katsu, I guess, but I can use the links to go get another Bonds. Yeah, we can double Bonds here. We're going to use the links to go get the blue Bonds here. And then, I mean, I should just throw this one, right? Like, throw this one. We get to target a... I have one floating, right? I mean, I guess it can be we can just go get this here because it can just be a Kadachi at the end of the turn. Yeah, Flesh Bag, like, was really good right there. If they didn't have the Flesh Bag, I totally like your line better. Grab a yellow Gust Wave and Bonds out of red Bonds. So, if you're talking about the one-cost Gust Wave, is it not better to play this here? Because this is technically one more point, and then we get to throw the Kadachi. Like, is that not technically better? What did we just throw? The Bonds? So we're going to throw this. I'm honestly just worried that, like, as my good friend JoJo said, we're just a little too late. It's a great song, by the way. Throw Bonds. I mean, I guess we could have thrown the Dishonor there. Like, we could have, like, had the Dishonor value if we had made that play. Like, we could have actually have threatened the Dishonor. We would have had to have given up 2 points of value there, but the Dishonor could have been on, which means, like, they couldn't have turned off Blood Debt, which means if we could have hung on long enough, we could have just killed them. I don't think that they were going to block in a way that would have left them in a bad spot to this. Or no, this is on. This is on. Yeah. No, this is on. We had the Descendant Gust Wave early. This is on. I think they're going to ask if this is turned on. I'm pretty sure they're going to ask if this is turned on or not. Like, if this is going to matter. Oh, he asked, how does Dishonor work with Demi Hero? Oh, gosh. I have no idea how it works. If anybody knows, I'd be more than happy to that. I'd be more than happy to hear your all's input here if you all know. Just being strictly more powerful deck versus an actual oppressive deck too. I mean, yeah, so like if there's an oppressive deck, those big teams are going to find it before everybody else. But like, I mean, also like in the most open metagame, like other teams are just going to figure out what's better before everybody else anyway. So I am no stranger from tier 0 formats. The Demi Hero overrides the Dishonor? Okay. Jesus! Hope you draw 2 reds. I mean, my opponent's a nice guy, but our only chance here is that they drew 2 reds, and they did not. Big Sag. I mean, yeah, this is not looking good. Hey, Worf, I'm still playing Victor. Like, Victor's still, like, my, like, pick for the metagame right now. I just like everybody who's a member on YouTube or a subscriber on Twitch gets to vote on what I play every week. And everybody voted to play Katsu this week. So that's why we're playing Katsu on Thursday and today. But I'm still on the Victor train. I'm playing Victor at an RTN tomorrow, brother. I was actually going to try and live stream the event tomorrow, but they told me that it would be too complicated. So they asked me not to bring my stuff, which, you know, like I no shade towards them. Like, you know, the guy was super nice about it. Like, he talked to the TO and the judge and called me back. Like, they were super friendly about it. But I was kind of disappointed because I was kind of looking forward to like trying to get some like live content going for everybody. So I do think so. Starvo and OG Prism. Do I want to do this? I mean, I guess I can do it on my turn, right? It doesn't matter. Like, is this better than Kadachi's? I think playing this is better than Kadachi's, right? I mean, I think setting this up is better, right? So we're going to go red searching on top, and then we're going to go red whelming on top, and then pass. Okay. Yeah. So I was going to try and live stream the event, but they asked me not to. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. I am looking forward to like getting more paper games in next week. I ordered some lapel mics to hopefully fix some of the audio problems that we had last week. And then I have went through and like added some text boxes and some things to the stream to make it look a little bit cleaner. So hopefully it looks better this week. And I agree, like Lexi was very strong, but like Lexi wasn't like just absolutely absurd in a lot of the ways that like Starvo was. And like Prism was very like annoying to play against. She was very polarizing. So like she had a lot of like very like one-sided like matchups, I feel like, in a lot of ways. Like Oldham just could never beat that deck, like almost ever. But you know, like that's just kind of how it goes. So Carly and I had talked about streaming the end of It Takes Two tonight. I'm not sure if she still wants to, but if she wants to, we probably will. Yeah, we had talked about doing the rest of it tonight for sure. I'm 2-3 today, Troll. I'm not doing too well. I think a lot of it is my lack of knowledge with the hero as a whole. Like, I think that like there's just a lot of stuff that I need to learn about Katsu before I could play it like at an extremely high level. But it has like we've done a couple of dumb things today, so the decks felt pretty good. But I think it's I honestly I think like me not being able to do well with Katsu is a 100% a me thing. I think we have to go to 1 here, right? Even though we just killed, like we died to the Reckless at some point, I think we have to go to 1 here. And we're dead. Big Sag. Big Sag. I mean, we have had some pretty bad draws today. Like I don't run from that in any way. Today, like we've had some pretty bad draws. Yeah, today's been pretty rough on draws. Is anybody would you guys be interested in watching the end of me and Carly streams It Takes Two tonight? I don't know. Are you awake, baby? Huh? Oh, Carly is awake. Do you want to stream It Takes Two tonight? Yeah. You do? Yeah, we talked about it. Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to or not. She didn't sound enthused, chat. We'll see. We'll see what we can come up here. She asked if she didn't know if I wanted to. What a silly question. Women. I'm just kidding. No. I said, what are you talking about? I'm not talking about you. What are you saying? Nothing. I don't believe you. Oh man. Let's see. If you're a demi hero, wouldn't Beast Within just lose you a card from the deck? I don't know. I guess not. Like they got the card from their hand, so I don't know. Look at Drew. Drew, what a homie. Drew always got my back, fam. Let's go. Oh hell yeah, Drew. What a like. Oh, what an S tier response, bro. Oh, I love that. That's phenomenal. Oh my god. Dude, that was, oh my god, that made my day, bro. That was amazing. Oh my god, that was awesome. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna call it on cards today. 2 and 4. I don't feel like me and Katsu are really in line right now. Like, I can definitely tell I'm making some mistakes, and like feels like we haven't had some great draws today. So it's just part of it some days. I appreciate you guys hanging out Saturday. Again, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Everybody being here. I know there's Philly and RTNs and stuff going on today, so I appreciate y'all coming by and hanging out with me today. It means a lot, keeping me company. If you guys are interested, Carly and I, it sounds like we will be streaming It Takes Two on Twitch and Kick later tonight. So if you guys want to hang out, come by and check out the Twitch. Check it out on Twitch. You can hit !Twitch if you're hanging out on YouTube and find that today. And if you guys are playing RTNs tomorrow, good luck. Drew, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you're still going to be there. So, Harmony threw off my Katsu skill. I mean, I haven't played with since Harmony, so listen, I'm down to jump on that excuse. That sounds good to me. I'll take that excuse. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy, guys.